Morning, everyone, and welcome to Meditation Minyan. I'm Rabbi Hannah Leslie Glazer of Congregation Adat Re'im. And it is my pleasure today to turn our meditation over to Shoshana Deems, who is going to be leading our meditation today. Thank you so much, Shoshana.
Hello. Once again, my name is Shoshana. I am not the rabbi. Once a month, we are giving the rabbi a moment off, but don't be afraid. She will be back next week and will be in her capable hands again. Today, I would like to meditate on seeing. February is Black History Month. So I thought I would share a passage from one of my favorite authors, Zora Neale Hurston. Illogically, I think of Zora as my own because we share the same birth date. This is silly, I know, but it brings me joy. In 1937, Zora Neale Hurston published the novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God. This passage is from that novel. At this point in the story, the narrator is growing beans on the muck near Lake Okeechobee in Florida. And suddenly, the 1928 Okeechobee hurricane rolls in. And there is nothing at all to protect her from the hurricane. It's so easy to be hopeful in the daytime when you can see the things you wish on. But it was night. It stayed night. Night was striding across nothingness with the whole round world in his hands. A big burst of thunder and lightning that trampled over the roof of the house. They huddled closer and stared at the door. They just didn't use another part of their bodies, and they didn't look at anything but the door. The wind came back with triple fury and put out the light for the last time. They sat in company with the others in other shanties, their eyes straining against crude walls and their souls asking if he meant to measure their puny might against his. They seemed to be staring at the dark, but their eyes were watching God. This is fiction. It isn't history. But sometimes fiction is truer than history. I know the feeling of staring and staring into darkness. I know the feeling of being truly powerless over what will happen. And I know what it is like to realize that I am only me and God is God. I'm sure that many of you are familiar with this as well. I hope that some of you aren't. Seeing. In this week's Parsha, at Exodus 33, 21 through 23, God acquiesces to Moses' request to be seen. Moses is to stand on a rock near God, and God will pass by. And as God passes by, he will put Moses inside a crevice in the rock and shield Moses' eyes with his hands to protect Moses from seeing his face. And then Moses will be able to see him leaving. Again, I am not the rabbi, so I certainly have no right to badly paraphrase the Torah or to speak about it at all. But I've been thinking of Moses, yearning and straining to see God. And I've been thinking of the huge love of God as he puts Moses inside the rock and then further blocks Moses' sight with his hand to protect Moses from death. What power and awe and fear and love for a single glimpse of God moving away. Seeing. This is also the first of 2 months of Adar, and the rabbi has been teaching us about nurturing joy. So I've been thinking about the novel, and I've been thinking about seeing, and I've been thinking about the Torah, and I've been thinking about the terror and the overwhelming awe and the impossibility of actually seeing God. I've been thinking about my very puny self, and I've been thinking about joy. Maybe we are hardwired to respond to disaster, and for good reason, so that we can learn from disaster and not repeat it, so that we can survive. But I'm also thinking that God created everything, including the joy that we're supposed to nurture during these months of Adar. Joy doesn't roll in with the same fanfare, thunder, explosions, and fireworks as disaster. It doesn't announce to the world, here I am, pay attention. But what if it did? What if we were bowled over by the sheer preciousness of joy? Life is a gift. Every moment of life is a gift. Joy is a gift. Today, I would like to meditate on seeing. What do you see as you stare out at the world this morning? What do I see? Can I see joy? I hope that I can. Can I catch a single glimpse of the overwhelmingly awesome joy which has been given to me, which has been given to you as it walks away? So let's begin by getting comfortable in our chairs or floor or bed. As you are comfortable, soften your gaze or close your eyes. We will take 3 deep breaths. In and hold the breath and release. Once again, breathe in and hold the breath and release. Try to make the release longer than the breathing in. Last time, breathe in, hold the breath, and release. Look for where there's tension in your body. We'll start at the top. Sometimes there's tension in the forehead. Sometimes it helps to squeeze the tension and let it release. Sometimes there's tension in the jaw. It helps to open the mouth and let the jaw release. Sometimes there's tension in the neck and the shoulders. You can take your shoulders up to your ears and then behind you, and then release. Sometimes there's tension in the arms or the hands. You can squeeze them into balls and then open them up and release. Sometimes there's tension in the back. See if you can breathe into it and release. Sometimes there's tension in the legs and the feet. You can crinkle them up and release. Let your breath fill your body. Let it take the tension away. Let it bring you to now. Thoughts will come and go. Let them come and let them go. There is no right way to do this. As you become silent, as you become now, see if you can see what you are seeing this morning. And now I will be quiet. Welcome back to the room. Please join us when you are able. When it is comfortable, please open your eyes. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so very much, Shoshana, for your heartfelt contribution. We are so grateful for the members of our community who lead our meditations. It is not always a day off for the rabbi. As you see, I'm here today. And we are so grateful to have members of our community leading meditations, because it's also nice to have different approaches. And also our community highly values spiritual leadership and sharing spiritual leadership. So very grateful for your heartfelt contribution, Shoshana. And thanks everyone for joining us today, either in person right now on the Zoom or later watching the recording. We're so glad you're with us. And we're always happy to have you come and join us anytime. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.